Hello, I'm Chandra Cost and I'm with Beacons of Light, and today I have Dragos. And if you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So my name is Dragos Folea, and I'm a meditation teacher. I am 28, and at the moment I am in Poland and Europe. And yes, besides being a meditation teacher, I'm also heavily involved with energy work and energy healing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Do you have anything else, or we can go into your spiritual journey if you want to?
Yes, I think I will say everything like when I would talk about the spiritual journey because it's highly connected.
Okay, all right.
Yes. So yeah, let's begin with the spiritual journey.
Yeah.
So I think I awakened or I became aware, I think 10 or 11 years ago. So around 2010, 2011, that was the period. And I think that was the apex of my awakening or my awareness, because to be honest, from a very early age, I was so super curious. I like my questions when I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old were like, okay, why do I see from my eyes and why don't I see from your eyes? So that's what was bothering me.
Yeah.
And I had a um, very deep desire to know what is this life, what is happening, what is this reality, and all of these questions like on a very very early age. And being this curious, it just led me on the path of science. So I started with biology, physics, chemistry, quantum physics, and then from that domain it led me to the spiritual domain. And one of the events that led me to that was this 2012. Like there was like this prophecy, the end of the world or something that happened in that period. I was very attracted to that. I don't know why. Even like 2010, 2011, I was reading about that, going on different sites, and what I read there really resonated with me, because I read this about all of this like advanced spiritual information about the how we will have the light body, how we will transcend to the golden age and everything. I didn't completely understand it at that point, but something within me resonated with that information. And once I was there on those websites and in that information, I also um, found out about meditation, and I've been practicing it ever since. Just like I didn't know exactly what it was, or I didn't start with gurus or with monks or with India. I just started with a few instructions from the internet, a few steps, and I kept on practicing and practicing till I, let's say, I finally understood the power of meditation. And because I went this deep into meditation, it really helped me to solidify the spiritual reality within me. Because as we all know, there is a big difference between information and experience,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yes. And I was like that at the beginning. I had a lot of information, but it didn't feel real till I had the experience. And once I had more and more experiences like related to the spiritual domain, then I understood, like, okay, this information makes sense. And from there on, and like even now, it's just like I just continue to learn more, experience more, learn more, and experience more, because I believe from my point of view, I believe that experience is the most valuable, because information you can always get it from somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would say that's the beginning of my awakening process. It was simply curiosity, and I followed that curiosity and that interest. So that's where it began. Just like a simple, slow step-by-step process, and now I'm here, and I'll talk about like where exactly am I later on.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Do you want to go
Pleasure.
ahead, or do you have anything else that you want to add, or I don't want to interrupt? And if not, we can
Um,
go to the next question.
yeah, I think I have. I just want to make like a little bit of comparison because I know there are certain people who have an abrupt awakening,
Yes.
like they have a shocking moment, a trauma, an accident, I don't know, near death experience, and because they have that situation, they awaken. Like suddenly, like the a new dimension opens in front of their eyes.
Yeah.
um yeah, like those type of people, probably they're very rare, but I want to emphasize that you can get there step by step and in a relatively comfortable way. The only thing is you need to want to do that.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to add.
Okay. Thank you. That's going to be really helpful to a lot of people.
I hope so.
Yeah, I believe so. Do you have any or cover that you want to talk about your ethics, morals, or responsibilities that you might follow that might help
Hmm.
somebody?
Yes. So I heavily follow the golden rule. So the golden rule, for those who do not know, it's do not do to others what you don't want to be done to you. And it's I do this because I'm highly empathic and I really feel what the other person feels. And this is due to my years of meditation, where I became when I came into contact with all these like energy bodies and subtle layers. And once you become aware of all of your feelings, all of your emotions, and much more, then it's very easy to connect to the other person. And it's it comes to a point where even if you're thinking of doing something, quote unquote bad to somebody else, you just cannot, because you literally feel the end result that they will experience as you would experience it, and you're like, okay, I don't want to do that because it just feels terrible.
Right.
So yes, I follow the golden rule, um just because like I can feel everything that the other person feels, and I just want to feel the best. So this is what I wish for everybody else. And another thing that I follow is I try to be neutral when it comes to helping people, because to be honest, you don't really know what how if you're actually helping them, because in your mind you may think, okay, this is positive, but maybe for them it's a negative situation or a negative action. So that's why I follow a lot my intuition, and I connect with my higher guidance, with my higher self, with their higher self, and try to see, okay, which is the best action for them. And I'm trying to listen to this guidance and act upon it, not upon what I think is right, because I don't know what is right for them. Only they know, or their higher self knows.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yes. How about do you have any ceremonies or prayers that you do either daily or before you work with people that you would want to share with people?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So my daily ceremony, or my daily habit is meditation. So that I do daily because it just keeps me centered. It keeps me connected to the higher realms, and it keeps me centered. So I don't go like too much into the mind and go where I don't need to go. Like, because the mind is very tricky, and you may be trying to solve situations that are just like in your imagination. So like you're basically wasting time.
Yeah, yeah,
Another thing, what I do, also before and after working with people and help and we're working with clients, it's I try to go into the session empty. So I empty myself without any judgments, without any let's say pre-recorded actions or pre-recorded thoughts, because I want to be like blanked, and I want like for me to get the information, what is the most beneficial for them.
right,
And yeah, so I try to be blank, to be empty, to be neutral with them, and from that space to see, okay, what comes forward. what comes for me through them. No,
Right.
what comes for them through me, like that.
Yes. Yes. I understand.
Yes, and after that, after I finish with the client, usually because in the session I really connect energetic. I connect a lot with them. Like I can really feel them. So there is um, a connection, an energetic connection that happens during the session. So after the session, what I usually do, I just like cut the cords. So it's like, okay, we worked, we did the transfer of energy. Now that it's over, I'm just gonna cut the cords, clean myself, clean my energy, so I'm fresh for myself or for the other people that I have.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I
Yes.
understand that. That's nice. Um,
I think I can add a few more things here.
sure. Go right ahead.
Uh, about daily practices, because I know meditation it's a broad word. I want to detail a bit more what else I do.
Okay.
Um, so in most of my meditations, what I try to do is to connect higher, to connect to those subtle aspects of myself. Because in my experience, when you connect to your angels, to your guides, to your higher self, there comes this sense of peace and of content that just fills you up. And when you're in that state of peace and of content, you don't really have any desire. You don't really are like, let's say, anxious to take any action or to do something. And when you live your day or even your life from that state of connection and of peace, then suddenly things work in your way, and they work in your way in such a way that it's just mind-blowing, just absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And yeah, just I do this because I know that if what like I had a period where I kind of skipped this practice for, like, I don't know, 1 week or 2 weeks, and I really felt that I was taking action on these like anxious thoughts uh, of like, okay, what can happen in the future, what we'll do. And when I did that, it really, like, like, quote unquote, bad luck happened. So I know that it's like, okay, if I stay connected, everything will like work its way.
Yeah.
I hope it makes sense.
Yes, it does. It totally makes sense to me. Yeah. Thank you.
That's good.
um, anything else? I don't want to short you on whatever you might have. And
I think that's all. Like, nothing else comes up for now.
okay, great. Well, thank you for that. How about people that maybe helped you or anything that a great experience, how you maybe come to do the meditating, what you found,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to share anything that would be helpful.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So when it comes to people, I follow a lot of people online. So and since I started with science, and even to this day, I really like the scientific part and the scientific method. And I usually tend to follow these people who are also spiritual but also follow the scientific method. So a few names: it's Bruce Lipton, huge fan. Joe Dispenza, like, I'm already on his third or fourth book that I'm reading. And many other teachers that I had along the path, but maybe I don't remember them all.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I didn't really depend too much on teachers, because I like to be independent, and I like to do stuff my way. I prefer to try, exercise, fail a million times, just like to know that, okay, I'm doing it my way.
Right. Yeah.
And this is the mentality that I applied for meditation. I literally, when I discovered it, or when I started practicing it, I just practiced it like day in, day out, just following the simple steps, like, okay, pay attention to your breath. And once I did that, once I followed those steps, I really understood, like, where this practice was trying to take me. And it was very hard at the beginning, because especially with the focus, because most of the meditation meditation practice, it's about the focus.
Yeah.
To train the focus, so you can really like use the focus like almost like a laser to pierce into other dimensions.
Yeah.
And I remember that at the beginning, even like the me breathing like was disrupting my focus. So it was really difficult at the beginning. However, the more I practice now, is like my focus is like a laser. It's even if I'm in a crowded place or noisy place, I can like disconnect and connect to whatever dimension I want. So it's all about practice. This is what I want to tell people. It's don't give up. Keep on practicing your habits, your daily routines, your let's say rituals, because I know at the beginning it's hard, but later on, believe me, like you will feel the rewards. So
Yeah.
just like keep on going.
Yeah. I like that.
And when it comes to, I guess, experiences that I had on my journey, I have actually two major experiences that I had that just like got me mind blown.
Yeah.
One of them was actually in the very very early stages of my meditation practice. I think I was like 1 year or 2 years into the meditation, and to that point I didn't experience anything like I don't know, mind blowing. I just experienced a lot of relaxation, a lot of I could feel my emotions. I became aware of my thoughts, and I really managed to sleep, like amazing sleep. However, one day in my meditations, I remember I connected to the angels. Just it was just like a simple steps that I found on the internet. I didn't really understood what angels or guides. I didn't really believe in that on that time.
Right.
Anyway, I just connected. I followed the steps, and in that moment, because I was in a difficult moment in that period, I asked, okay, what is my purpose on this planet? What is my mission? Like, why am I here?
Yeah.
And when I asked that, it's, I don't know how to explain it. Like suddenly my heart opened, but so much energy came that in that moment I could feel like if I could move a mountain. If I could say to the mountain to move, it would move. Like that's how much energy I felt in that moment. It was so mind blowing, and it was actually scary because since I felt that much energy, I just like got scared and I just like popped out of meditation. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Never happened since then. 8 years later, never happened. Never had an experience that intense, like ever. So it was. I think it was just like one of those experiences that like really wakes you up to question more, to research more.
Right. Yeah.
And the second one was when I got to the state of no desire. So this one was also like an amazing experience. I was just in my meditation. I was manifesting something, or I wanted to manifest something, and by when you manifest, you literally need to feel that you already have it. So that's the basics of manifestation.
Right.
And I was feeling it, and then I something like popped in my mind. I was like, okay, if I can literally feel everything that I want to feel, then it means like I can feel everything. And
Yeah.
suddenly I had everything, like all my desires, all the love, all the prosperity, anything, all the approval, everything that you can imagine as an emotion. I had it.
Yeah.
And suddenly this state of complete peace just came out of nowhere. It was like the race was over. The race, to do something, to have something, to always chase something, that
Yeah.
was over. It was gone.
Yeah.
And I felt such as an amazing state that I had everything in that moment. I just had everything. I didn't need anything else. And that's the state that I usually go to whenever I have a rough day or I'm chasing too much on the outside. I'm like, okay, I'm remembering, okay, wait, I have this state. I can always come back to it whenever I want.
Yeah.
So, and it's, I wish everybody can experience this, because this is true freedom. This is the ultimate freedom, to have everything and to not want anything. It's just, yeah, I don't have words to fully describe it. It's something that people need to experience for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. Thank you. It's wonderful.
I'm happy.
Is there any advice you want to give somebody that you haven't already talked about, or anything that we haven't covered you'd like to go into?
Yes. One of the best advice I can give to anybody is to follow themselves, to really spend time with themselves, to know thyself, because we are unique. All of us are so unique, and I see so many people that follow follow the commercial trends, or follow other people, or follow their family, or some other person that they admire. And okay, I understand that you want to be like them in some way or fashion. It's completely fine, but I just want to let you know that you have your own uniqueness, you have your own rhythms, you have your own path.
Right.
And the more you go on your path, the better your life will become. Because so many people, they're let's see, they're miserable because they're following other people's paths, they're following other people's trends, they're following other people's rhythms, and it's not in alignment with who they are,
Right.
or who they are meant to be.
Right.
Just to give an analogy, like it's like somebody else is copying the test result from your colleague.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everybody has different questions.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important to focus on yourself, to really spend time with yourself, to know yourself, and to be in alignment. Because once you're there, you will feel that there is a life that is for you and just for you.
Yep. Yep.
Yes. So yeah, that's the best advice I can give. Like, just follow yourself.
Yep. Yep. I agree. I like that though. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else you might want to add? I don't know.
Yes. When it comes to the spiritual journey, okay, let me create a little bit of context so people may understand, especially those people who are at the beginning.
Yeah.
So basically, what this awakening process is, it's you're just expanding your awareness to other possibilities. Because what tends to happen is we live in a matrix. That's the word. That's the best word I can use.
Yeah.
Most of us, we're living in the matrix. What the matrix means is just a bubble of perception. It's as simple as that. It's, we believe that, okay, this is as good as you can get when it comes to health. This is the limits of medicine. This is the limits of what you can create, and it's basically a limiting perception. That's all that it is.
Yeah.
When you awaken, it's basically you pop that bubble, and suddenly you have access to more. You can see more. There is more.
Yeah.
And I know that this awakening process is very difficult because like 10, 20 years, 30 years, we were programmed to be in a certain way. We were programmed to believe in a certain way, to believe that we're just matter here with that we're just immaterial, not immaterial, just like matter in an unconscious universe that, just by coincidence. And I know it's a difficult process to go from what you believe and what you see everybody else doing,
Yeah.
and take this leap of faith to do something or to be something that only you can see. And you cannot even explain this to people who are not awakened, because they cannot see it. It's like
Right.
they are blind.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this with judgment. It's like they have their own time.
Right. Yep.
Yes. So I know it's very hard, and through this process, I know that there will be a lot of back and forth. So like you'll be with one step in this dimension, then you will come back, and then again you will jump, and then come back. However, the more you do this, the more you will stay in this spiritual dimension. Because for me, I had also periods where I'm like 90% of the time here, then 10%. Then this, I'm like 99%, and then just 1%, till I become fully integrated into that dimension.
Yeah.
I hope it makes sense.
It does. That is the best answer I've ever heard for the awakening process. Seriously. That's
Oh,
great.
wow.
And I also like and I believe and understand that anybody can do this. You don't, like you said earlier, you don't have to have the major trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes, everybody can do this. It's just if you want to, if you're drawn to do this work. Because the thing is, most people, they can either feel it, but they just don't follow that spark or that guidance.
right.
And when you don't follow that guidance, then the universe has to get your attention somehow.
Yeah.
And it's like the universe is loving, and it's unconditional love, and it knows that if you follow this path, your life will get 10 times better, a million times better.
Yeah.
So what the universe usually does, if you don't listen, it will create events in your life, some quote unquote bad events, that will propel you to pay more attention to this, let's say, awakening process, or this part of your life, accidents, disease, breakups, all of this stuff. Because I'm like, I don't, it's not necessary, but most people awaken through suffering.
Yeah.
That's just the normal
Yeah.
process. But that's not the norm. There is no need to, there is, you can awaken with just like, happiness, love, and everything else. That's also an option.
Yeah.
But that's like suffering, it's the most predominant one, to say so.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That
It's my pleasure.
very great. Thank you. Do you want to go over all your stuff you offer and where we can find you? And then I will add that to the.
Yeah. Yes. So my main service is I teach meditation. So I teach people how to meditate from the beginning. So I have different. I am actually very versatile. So excuse me. I can work with people who have never. Sorry. Yeah, people who have never meditated.
Yeah.
To people who have meditated and they want to go into advanced stuff. So I can work with both spectrums.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do with meditation, or with my services, it's I'm trying to empower people, because we hold the greatest technology on the planet. This body, this mind, is the greatest technology on the planet, and yet we have no idea how to use it. And it's for me, it's a tragedy, because imagine you have like a smartphone, and the only thing you can do it's normal calls, because you don't know how to use anything else. You don't know how to use the internet. You don't know how to use the apps and everything. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do with my services and my lectures, because I also provide like wellness lectures and lectures about chakras and a lot of information. So not just practice. I'm trying to give people the tools to work on their life, to work on their body, to let them know, okay, this is how your mind works. If you do this, if you're aware of this, then you can better control your mind to not go into those negative patterns. This is how your emotions work. This is how your body works.
Yeah.
And yeah, just to teach people how to better use their body to get what they want.
Yeah.
And my second service is also energy work, like energy healing, where I basically connect with you. I connect with my guide, source energy, and I send that energy towards you for a certain outcome. I don't know if it's a healing, if it's manifestation, whatever it may be. Like I also work with that. So yes, those are my main services. Oh, and one more thing I forgot. I also do chakra readings. So I can say clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Where I connect with the person, I connect with their energy, and I tell almost everything that is happening in their system, and just like go by chakra, and tell them, okay, this part I feel this, and it looks like this. And I had a few clients with this, and I had like great results. Like it's like I almost knew them for like a lifetime, and I just met them then, and even for me it was like crazy. I was like, oh my god, like it's just amazing.
I like that. And you probably did know them in a past life or something. We're all connected.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing is by coincidence. That's for sure.
No, that's true. I like that. Yeah.
And I always have this feeling, because I travel a lot. So I usually travel a lot, meet a lot of people, and after meeting them, I don't know, after 1-2 weeks, I have this feeling that I know them forever. And this is like it happened to me over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that somehow, some way we connected like much deeper than just like on the physical.
I agree. Yeah. I like that. Is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Yes, I would like to add one more thing. Just a general reminder. Since we talked about angels, about guides, about these other beings, one thing that I want to let you know, for those who are listening, I don't know who needs this, but this is what I got. It's that to ask for help from these higher beings, from your angels, from your guides, from ascended masters, archangels. Because what happens is these higher beings, they are there, they are watching you, they are taking care of you at all times. However, they cannot intervene if you don't ask specifically for their help. So, because just to give you a perspective of why they cannot intervene, they're very high vibrational or highly conscious beings, and from their level, there is no more good and bad. There it just is. And from that perspective, it's any situation for them is not good or bad. It's like if you desire to experience, I don't know, poverty or disease or something, they will let you do that because you have the free will.
Right.
So they allow you to do that. So the only way that they can help you is for you to specifically ask for their help. And once I applied this in my own life, once I became conscious of them, and like I really felt them when I called upon them, I had miracles. I mean, like one of them, I can give an example. When I wanted to move here in Poland, because I'm not from here, I'm actually from Romania, so I'm Romanian.
Yeah.
where is Dracula and all of this. Like,
Oh,
yes.
I like Dracula. I like all that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm originally from there, but at the moment I'm in Poland. And when I moved here, I tried to search for a flat or a room, and I had so many options, so many decisions. I was like overwhelmed. I was like, okay, angels, find me a good place, and I gave them the specifications, like, okay, close to this, more or less this price. And what happened next? 5 minutes after asking this from them, the landlord from where I'm now texts me, and then I move in.
Wow.
So it's for me, it's like I know it works because I had experience of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just I know that there is a lot of things going now, especially with this, global crisis. A lot of stuff is going down in this period. I want for all of you to ask for help, because you have this support system in the ethers. You just need to ask for them. That's the last message that I want to give. Just like you have a lot of help. You just need to ask. That's all.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. You have the best definitions for everything. You're very gifted. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed today, and thank you so much. And I'm Chandra Cost with Beacons of Light. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you.